As far as I know, this is the only crypto that is partnered up with Apple. The increasingly online nature of the world today has created a huge demand for computer processors and graphics rendering solutions. Today, we're going to be taking a closer look at Render Network, an up-and-coming altcoin project that has absolutely crippled other altcoins in terms of price action. This is decentralizing GPU rendering and distributing AI testing, one of the biggest businesses we will probably see in the next bull run. No idea what I'm talking about? Well, that's perfect. It's time to discover crypto. If you've been keeping an eye on Bitcoin, you would know that in October, it ripped up from about $26,000 to tap 35K in the matter of days. And when the king of all cryptos pumps, all your altcoins pump with it. Render token, the native asset of the Render Network blockchain ecosystem, went absolutely parabolic on all of the bears. I mean, I am sorry, bears, we gotta just keep digging your graves, because as you just talk about some 12K Bitcoin that's never going to come, you're just gonna continue to wreck your investment. Leaping from a local bottom of about $1.30 in September to break above $2.50 in October, which is one heck of a rally no matter how you look at it. In the middle of the bear market, it just outperformed the S&P 500 by like a decade. Now, while you're looking at those beautiful green charts, make sure you go ahead and smash that like button and make sure you're subscribed to this channel. Because if you don't have those post notifications on, you're gonna be missing out on some of the best crypto content on the internet. Now, the Render token topped out at $8.78 on November 21st, just like how this video can hit 878 likes. In the thick of the last bull run, Render spent 6 months from June of 2022 to January of 2023, bouncing around between 20 and 40 cents. That's like a 20x. So obviously, since January of 2023, Render has been one of the strongest performers in the entire crypto market. Currently trading at over $3.50, Render is up over 650% year to date. And in the last 7 days, it has almost ripped up over 50% alone. Now, by this point, you're probably feeling some pretty intense FOMO, and I can't say I blame you. Unfortunately, this industry is filled with crypto gurus that think things are gonna be going to $8,000 and that the US dollar is going to miraculously collapse. Well, it didn't happen. But before you start blasting out your buy orders, let's try to understand what's driving this sudden steep price increase. Because I promise you, it's not Viagra. Now, right up front, I need to remind you that the information in this video is for educational and entertainment purposes only. This is not financial advice, and as always, please, for the love, do your own research. So let's talk about the utility of the token Render. This is a cryptocurrency that powers the Render Network. And the Render Network is simply a decentralized platform that supports the rendering of high-quality 3D graphics. Now, there's a lot more to it than just that, but that's the high-level summary. So for example, say you want to render something using the Render Network. This could be anything from a video to a JPEG to an architectural blueprint. Now, I know most of us watching don't even know what that blueprint even means, so it's probably not gonna be one of those. But just any image that has to be rendered. Could be the ex-girlfriend that you just can't forget about. It could be a monkey ape on blockchain that is just worth absolutely nothing, but Justin Bieber decided to buy it at $1.3 million. Or it could be something like Joe Biden's memory loss, where we just need to render actual images so he can just say what he's thinking about. Now, all jokes aside, here's how this works. You first submit what's called a job. Now, I know Gen Z, that's something you never want to have to get. But this is then broken down into tasks, and these tasks are then distributed to other users on the Render Network who have spare GPU power. Users who connect to the Render Network can sell their spare GPU cycles to anyone who wants to pay to have their tasks or jobs completed. The users who complete these tasks get paid in Render tokens. So the Render platform allows users to monetize their extra GPU capacity and brings a decentralized option to the 3D graphics rendering marketplace. Now, I know this might seem like a lot of trouble to just go get something rendered, but there is a huge and growing demand for GPU processing power, and Render Network knows it. I mean, at this rate, we're going into at least 3 new wars per year. And semiconductors are just conveniently on one tiny island in the South Indo-Pacific. Why? Thanks, late-stage capitalism. Honestly, I couldn't tell you why. Founded in 2016 by Jules Urbach, CEO of Otoy, Render is billed as the next step in the open metaverse revolution and is headquartered in Los Angeles. One of the most important things to look into before you invest into any project is the team behind it. So who are they? And do they know what they're doing? I'll have to say, Jules is pretty legit. When he was 18, he launched a 3D video game platform. and licensed some of his tech to a company called Macromedia.
That was legitness. Yeah.
They were later bought, and today the tech that Jules invented is being used by Adobe, Disney, and Warner Brothers. Pretty impressive for an 18-year-old high school gamer. All right, so now we know what it does and a bit about who's behind it. But why has it been pumping so hard in the bear market? Well, most analysts point to the render community, accepting some major changes to the network. They proposed RNP002 and R2D2003.
Boop, beep, boop, beep. Bop.
I don't know, that's what they named them. Now, this approved a migration to the Solana blockchain and a new method of allocating network resources. This might be why Solana actually has value for once. Now, that's because if you know crypto, Solana has a very troubled past. Lots of blockchain pauses, bad press from FTX because, as it turns out, you can't just money launder and just misallocate customer funds to spend on your wood nymph of a girlfriend, or use that money to pay off Donald Trump to not run for election with like $5 billion, or use it as dark money to anonymously bribe a lot of politicians, or use it on 100+ private jets. I think you get the point. But the truth is, guys, Solana has shown a lot of strength this year. They released a 6-part roadmap to expand and improve the ecosystem. And they haven't had any more issues with pauses either, which means that it is clear that Solana is still alive in building a vibrant ecosystem. And it's all thanks to something known as DPIN, or decentralized physical networks. These have been a key proponent of that new ecosystem. And Render Network is one of the first big building blocks. Render said in a statement that they chose Solana because of its high transactions per second, and specifically the low latency, which will enable decentralization of core rendering processes and unlock a lot of possibilities for future development. And they're getting to work right away. Render Network is funding the development of open source Rust GPU tools. This is for the Render SDK to enable developers to use the Solana smart contract virtual machine, as well as the GPU nodes together. Now, if you've made it this far into the video, I guarantee you're probably not holding Render because of anything I just said. You're more likely a part of the Render Network community because of artificial intelligence. And this is because they just had a massive expansion to the AI and machine learning side of their network. You heard that right. Render Network is an AI coin now. What does that mean? Well, it means anytime Sam Altman gets fired from his board of OpenAI and transferred over like a VC pawn to Microsoft and then completely sold out and flipped back into OpenAI for less equity, yeah, we're gonna see things move. I just know Elon Musk is laughing his ass off right now. So what does it mean to be an AI coin? Well, Beam is an on-demand GPU cloud service. It provides GPUs for AI and machine learning projects. With this proposal, Beam seeks to leverage the Render's network's huge marketplace of GPU nodes, all to aid in providing processing power to their clients. The focus is on catering to smaller, less user-intensive projects in the AI space. Beam essentially provides the clients with the hardware that they truly need. As the Beam team notes in their proposal, this gears them towards rapid creation and testing, which can help users who are running a lot of small-scale machine learning tests that are maybe a bit of a niche, but a growing and very important one. And based off our analysis, that's what's driving the pump. It's once again the infamous AI hype. You see, as we progress towards quantum computing and artificial intelligence and our girlfriends being replaced by robots, because your average man can't even go talk to a woman at a bar anymore, this is driving the price of the token. That, and of course, the node operator is a part of the network. And I have to say, I kind of get it. If this takes off, it could be huge. Based on the strong fundamentals and interest we've seen during the bear market, I think that Render could get a lot of jet fuel heading into the next bull run. I mean, it already has. Render has a very active and loyal community. I should probably start engagement farming them on Twitter. And more industries are incorporating 3D images into their businesses. Gaming, video, medicine, architecture, and others. Render falls into the category of distributed computing on CoinGecko, along with big names like ICP, which I think is ran by juggalos. At least maybe their marketing would be better. Filecoin, and Helium. As of today, Render is ranked number 48 by market cap overall, with a current price of $3.46 and a market cap of $1.3 billion. Render's current circulating supply is about 3,200 million rendered tokens. And by the time we get to the height of the next bull run, depending on the usage of the network and its mint to burn mechanism, we could be looking at somewhere around 470 million tokens entering circulation, with the max reaching 531 million and some random change. Now, this is probably the most important metric we need to pay attention to, because if you're aware of the token supply and distribution schedule of any coin you're researching, it will allow you to stay ahead of the VC sell-offs. So I just wanted to cover some of the fundamentals here as well. If Render continues to maintain this uptrend, don't be scared to take profits. No man went broke taking profits. A lot of men went broke getting dumped on by VCs. Okay, I know there's a lot of FOMO around this project right now, but chasing a pump is risky, especially in a bear market. I mean, guys, seriously, stop forgetting that there is plenty of time before the next bull run, at least before it really gets off and running. Render's token price could make a correction and come down before then. The Bitcoin halving is still 6 months away. Volume on our exchanges is extremely low, meaning the markets are open to a lot of market manipulation. We still haven't gotten the approval for a spot Bitcoin ETF. The only reason why the market started pumping the last 2 months is because some terrible journalist from Cointelegraph that doesn't care about real journalism decided not to double check sources because they would rather be, in quotes, their chief editor said this, if you ain't first, you're last. And on top of all this, you have the former New York Stock Exchange president, Tom Farley, acquiring CoinDesk. Now, for you guys that don't know, he's obviously behind the Bullish Exchange, which is owned by Block One, which created and launched the disgraced blockchain EOS. So what does this prove you? Well, we're in a VC's game right now, and a VC just sucked up the largest media company in crypto. So just like CoinMarketCap is a massive marketing scheme for Binance, because yes, they own CoinMarketCap, and there's a lot of misinformation on there, well, don't be shocked if you see some mediocre journalism with some undisclosed ads for bullish coming out of CoinDesk. Now, with that said, Render's token price could make a correction and come down before then. If that happens, it could be a great opportunity to accumulate. And for that reason, I'm going to be keeping my eyes on this one and looking for better entries. Now, I may be a little biased because I do hold a little bit of Render, but I guarantee you that the smart money is going to be doing the same. Render is a great project, and Render token has a strong bull case. But the biggest question that they have to answer, is it at all possible for them to beat their centralized competitors? I'm talking about Amazon Web Services. I'm talking about Google Cloud, Microsoft Azure, and quite frankly, probably any billionaire that looks like Bill Gates. There are a lot of big centralized players already providing rendering services. These are backed by the latest and greatest NVIDIA GPUs, and it is stiff competition for sure. But like I said, what Render Network is building is impressive, and it is ambitious, but they're really shooting for the moon on this one. And it's too soon to tell if they're gonna actually make a safe lunar landing or crash and burn like so many others before them. Or who knows, maybe they'll use some PlayStation 2 graphics like India did for their moon landing. So let me know in the comments below, do you believe Render Network has what it takes to render this centralized competition out of the water? And also let me know what other altcoins you have been eyeing on as we head into this next bull run. That's all I got for you guys on this one. I'll see you in the next video. And of course, we are going to see each other at the top.